With regard to Texas and the synagogue, I spoke this morning with the Attorney General and to get a rundown on, he said there was overwhelming cooperation with the local authorities and the FBI, and they did one hell of a job. This was an act of terror. This was an act of terror, and it not only was related to someone who had been arrested, I might add, 15 years ago and been in jail for 10 years. The idea that it was something new. And they did just a great job. I also told him that I wanted to make sure we got the word out to synagogues and places of worship that we're not going to tolerate this, that we have this capacity to deal with assaults on particularly the anti-Semitism that has grown up. And so, and I'll be talking with, I put a call into the rabbi. We missed one another on the way up here. And, but they should rest assured that we are focused. We are focused. The Attorney General is focused on making sure that we deal with these kinds of acts. And thank God, we have such a professional FBI as well as the local cooperation, I was told, was incredible. It was seamless. So I just wanted to let you know that. Okay?
Mr. President, how could this man have gotten weapons? There's reports that he's only been in the country for a couple of weeks.
Well, allegedly, I don't have all the facts, nor does the Attorney General, but allegedly the assertion was he got the weapons on the street. He purchased them when he landed, and it turns out there apparently were no bombs that we know of. That, you know, he said that there were bombs he had as well, but he apparently he spent the first night in a homeless shelter. I don't have all the detail yet, so I'm reluctant to go into much more detail. But and allegedly he purchased it on the street. Now, what that means, I don't know. Whether he purchased from an individual in a homeless shelter or a homeless community, or whether because that's where he said he was, it's hard to tell. I just don't know.
Is there any ramifications for the push to ensure that guns are not available?
Oh, no, well, it does, but it also doesn't. The guns are, we should be, the idea of background checks are critical, but you can't stop something like this if someone is on the street buying something from somebody else on the street, except that there's so many guns that have been sold of late. It's just ridiculous. And it's because of the failure of us to focus as hard as we should and as consistent as we should on gun purchases, gun sales, ghost guns, and a whole range of things that I'm trying to do.
Mr. President, do you know more about the motivations of the person?
No, I don't. There's speculation, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to have a press conference on Wednesday, and I'll be happy to go into detail what I know in detail at that time.
Do you know why he targeted that specific synagogue, Mr. President?
Well, no, I don't. We don't have. I don't think there is sufficient information to know about why he targeted that synagogue, why he insisted on the release of someone who's been in prison for over 10 years, why he was engaged, why he was using anti-Semitic and anti-Israeli comments. We just don't have enough facts. Thank you.
Thank you.